Welcome to the 11, and don't forget to subscribe. Whether you are tired from your daily routine or just a traveling enthusiast wanting to make the most of your next travel destination, here is a list of the world's most beautiful countries, ranked by a study by a website called money.co.uk. Beauty is ultimately a matter of personal opinion, but these countries have a lot to offer tourists, whether you love climbing in the mountains, unwinding by the shore, or walking in the beautiful green forests. So get ready to plan your next trip, as I am going to give you a brief insight into the most beautiful places on Earth. Ecuador. Located in northwestern South America, bordered by Colombia and Peru, shored by the Pacific Ocean, and world-famous for the natural beauty of the Galapagos Islands, the Republic of Ecuador occupies the 11th spot on our list. A small country with a population of nearly 18 million people, Ecuador's rich cultures, colonial architecture, scenic landscapes, and dense rainforests attract thousands of tourists. The Galapagos Islands, lying 1,000 kilometers off the coast of Ecuador, are the top tourist destination in the country. It consists of 21 islands and is world-famous for its giant tortoises and unique ecosystem, which has evolved without outside influence. The islands are also famous for their active volcanoes. Quito, the capital of Ecuador, is packed with well-preserved specimens of colonial architecture and is the largest historic center in South America. Preserved as a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its many old churches, gorgeous public squares, and world-class museums, this city of 1.6 million people has long been a favorite with craftsmen and is a terrific place to buy local art and crafts, from pottery and wood carvings to colorful apparel. Another city to visit in Ecuador is the beautiful city of Cuenca. Places to visit in Cuenca are the Old Cathedral of Cuenca, the New Cathedral of Cuenca, the Church of San Sebastian, and Calderon Park in the heart of the Old Town. Other places to visit in Ecuador are two of Ecuador's most popular national parks, Cotopaxi National Park and Cajas National Park, the Pacific port of Guayaquil, well known as the gateway to the Galapagos Islands, the stunningly beautiful Las Naras del Diablo, or the Devil's Nose, the hot springs of Baos, the Otavalo Market, famous for its colorful wool products, the lush green forest of the Amazon, the beaches of Salinas, Bahia, and Montanita. In 10th place is the Comoros, an independent country made up of 3 main islands, namely, Mwali, Ngazija, and Nzwan. If you want to get off the face of the earth into the remoteness of nature, Comoros is for you because it is not like other tourist destinations. With lovely sandy beaches, hiking in the rainforests, volcanoes, and more, the Comoros will offer you an adventure of a lifetime. Since the tourism infrastructure is not so developed, navigating the Comoros will be a bit challenging, but the natural beauty of these remote islands will make it worth it. The most notable places in the Comoros to visit are: Mohili, a small, remote island with few inhabitants, is a great place for spotting marine life like sea turtles, whales, and dolphins. There is so much pristine beauty here that visitors don't usually mind the lack of modern amenities. The main city on Mohili is Fomboni, a calm and unassuming tiny hamlet. It's a terrific area to see the locals be local and get a taste of what life is like on Mohili. Another destination to visit in the Comoros is Anjuan. Anjuan is nicknamed the Pearl of the Comoros because of its Robinson Crusoe traits. If you want something distant, untouched, and stunning, you'll find it here. You'll find historic Arab plantations and the aroma of cloves and ylang-ylang on every wind. You'll find the residents hardworking and extremely proud of their little island. At 60 kilometers across and 20 kilometers wide, Grande Comore is the largest of the Comoros Islands. It's also the most developed, with the most stable economy. Grande Comore is a terrific destination for honeymooners or couples seeking to get away from their busy lives. Most of the population resides on the west coast, but if you drive south, you'll find a wonderful agricultural environment replete with vanilla, coconut, banana, and cassava farms. The largest active volcano in the world is Mount Carthala, located in Grande Comore. Also, the capital of Comoros is Moroni, located on Grande Comore Island. There's a beautiful and particularly Arabian vibe here, and you'll feel like you're in a separate universe compared to the rest of the islands. Similarly great places to visit in Comoros are Mayotte, famous for its turquoise waters, pristine sand, and top-notch snorkeling, sailing, and diving. Petite Terre, Mamoudzou, a big town, and the tallest mountain on Anjouan, Mtintingui, are also worth seeing. Papua New Guinea is an exotic island country off the northern coast of Australia. Sharing the island of New Guinea with Indonesia and also consisting of a number of offshore islands in the region of Melanesia, the country is home to a rich tribal culture that encompasses more than 800 languages and several tribes. The fascinating culture of Papua New Guinea is best exhibited in the numerous places to visit in Papua New Guinea, which are popular with tourists around the globe. There are plenty of things to discover and explore in the highlands, ports, and small islands of Papua New Guinea, and here is a list of the best ones. The National Museum should be at the top of your list, as it's one of the key places to see in Papua New Guinea. The exhibits are divided by themes. There are sections on the musical instruments of the people, their masks and costumes, their canoes, and other seafaring instruments. You can view the iconic totem poles from Sepik and also the skull racks, which are locally called ajaba. The capital city of Port Moresby and the Vararata National Park are fantastic not just for wildlife and birdwatching enthusiasts, but also as a vantage point for viewing the city and the sea. You can see birds of paradise here, but you must arrive early if you want to stand a chance of sighting them. Situated on the grounds of the University of Technology and houses a variety of indigenous flora and fauna under a rebuilt rainforest with an 11-meter-high canopy. While most visitors travel to Papua New Guinea to witness the cassowaries, tree kangaroos, or birds of paradise, the saltwater crocodile agro is the highlight at rainforest habitat. If you are a fan of crocodiles, this is one of the best spots to visit in Papua New Guinea. Other must-see attractions in Papua New Guinea are the Papua New Guinea Parliament, built in the fashion of the Sepik or Maprik House Tambaran. Tari Basin, a delight for bird lovers. The J.K. McCarthy Museum has a vast collection comprising pottery, jewelry, and musical instruments from the numerous cultures here. The Rebel Volcano Observatory used to monitor the activities of 14 active and 23 dormant volcanoes dispersed in 3 arcs across the country. Similarly, Musco Island and Port Moresby Nature Park are also worth seeing. At the 8th position on our list is France. France has some of the most breathtaking scenery in the world, from the boulevards of Paris to the chic beach resorts of the Côte d'Azur. Romantic travelers are delighted with fairy tale castles, magnificent cathedrals, and picturesque villages. With this list of France's greatest attractions, take in its attractiveness and discover the best things to do. The Eiffel Tower is without a doubt the most well-known attraction in France because it is regarded as a universal symbol of Paris and that nation. The 320-meter-tall skyscraper made of aluminium has developed into a treasured and essential part of the Parisian cityscape. The following are a few notable spots that one must visit while traveling through France. There are many places in France that are worth visiting. One of Europe's most exquisite art collections can be seen at the Louvre Museum. These include the Venus de Milo statue from the 1st century BC, the Wedding Feast at Cana by Veronese, and the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. Before the Ancien Regime was overthrown, the French monarchy was at its height of splendor, as symbolized by the Château de Versailles. This UNESCO-listed structure commemorates a brilliant period in French history when Louis XIV, also known as the Sun King, presided over a palace that set the bar for European princely courts. The Côte d'Azur, which stretches from Saint-Tropez to Menton near the Italian border, is the most fashionable section of the French coastline. The French moniker Côte d'Azur, which means Coast of Blue, is an appropriate way to refer to the mesmerizing cerulean waters of the Mediterranean. The seaside resorts are crowded with beachgoers and people who worship the sun during the summer. One of France's most remarkable sights is the UNESCO-listed Mont Saint-Michel, which rises steeply from a rocky islet off the coast of Normandy. Perched 80 meters above the bay and flanked by enormous defensive walls and bastions, this pyramid of the seas is a mystifying sight. The Abbaye du Mont Saint-Michel, France's top tourist destination, is a masterpiece of medieval architecture with towering Gothic spires. The most magnificent chateau is the Château de Chambord. The Château de Chenonceau has a particular feminine style, and the Château de Cheverny is a neoclassical-style manor house in a beautiful location. The splendor of Chartres Cathedral has inspired devotees for more than 8 centuries, and some claim that this majestic sanctuary has given skeptics newfound faith. The magnificent stained-glass windows in Chartres Cathedral, the majority of which date from the 12th and 13th centuries, are well known. The stunning stained-glass windows, which span 2,500 square meters, let colorful light seep into the enormous nave, giving it an ethereal appearance. The exquisite craftsmanship used to illustrate biblical stories is evident in the windows' delicate details. Other locations in France worth visiting include Provence, known for its idyllic countryside of olive groves, sun-drenched rolling hills, and deep purple fields of lavender. Mont Blanc's magnificent display in the French Alps, the 4,810-meter-high Mont Blanc, is the highest mountain summit in all of Europe. In the beautiful, rolling hills of Alsace, where the Vosges Mountains border the Rhine River of Germany, are some of France's most charming communities. Brittany is a stunning historical location on France's northeastern coast. This area, which is steeped in old traditions and well known for its costumed religious festivals, is characterized by a craggy coastline, charming fishing villages, and weathered seaports. And many more in France to explore. India, the second largest nation on the globe and one of the most historically significant nations in the world, is ranked 7th. Various natural wonders can be found in India, including the Himalayan mountains and sunny beaches. Therefore, it may be the ideal vacation spot for people of all tastes. The natural environment that best suits a nature lover's interests can be found in a variety of settings. Those who are interested in history or spirituality can also savor the magnificent remnants of bygone eras. India has a lot to offer tourists, but a few of the most popular places are listed here. The Taj Mahal, the symbol of love and a magnificent piece of architecture, is the top tourist attraction in India. The Taj Mahal, made with precious white marble stones combined with jade, pearl, lapis lazuli, and diamonds, made spectacular geometrical harmonies, representing Islamic and Indian architectural synthesis. It was built by the Mughal king Shah Jahan for his favorite wife, Mumtaz Mahal. Sri Harmandir Sahib, also known as the Golden Temple, is a magnificent golden building that inspires respect in every visitor, especially when its beauty is enhanced by its reflection in water. Even though it is a holy place for Sikhs, it draws adherents of other religions because of the spiritual environment created by the prayers, which recite various passages from each visitor's sacred text. The Rann of Kutch, a salt marsh in the Thar Desert, creates a dreamy view when the moon shines in the navy blue sky. You might find it interesting to know that during India's monsoon season, this desert is submerged for nearly 4 months. As the desert begins to dry up in October, it is a weird and desolate place that you can plan to visit. If you like a tranquil environment while visiting this location, the end of the tourist season in March would be a good time to go. The city of Jaisalmer glows like a magnificent jewel because it is built on the glaringly golden sands of the Thar Desert and is decorated with jade-green trees and turquoise river water. This city is one of India's top tourist destinations because of a range of buildings, including the Jaisalmer Fort, the Maharaja Palace, a few temples, and locals' residences. You may be familiar with the Ganges River, which is well known for serving as a representation of Hinduism. Due to its connection to this holy river, Varanasi is mostly well known as a tourism destination in India. Several of India's well-known natural attractions are located in the Periyar National Park and Wildlife Sanctuary, which is built around a man-made lake. This enormous park, which opened for business in 1934, is home to numerous species of animals, most notably elephant herds. Places worth visiting in India are Meenakshi Amman Temple, Madurai, the Gateway of India, Mumbai, the beaches of Goa, and many other locations in India are worth seeing. At the sixth spot in our list is Kenya, situated in East Africa with coastline on the Indian Ocean. Whether you are in love with the wildlife or want a taste of some ancient tribal life, Kenya is heaven for you. Some of the most important places to visit in Kenya are the Masai Mara National Reserve, famous for the Great Migration, when thousands of wildebeest, zebra, and Thompson's gazelle travel to and from the Serengeti from July through October. The park is also known for its large populations of lions, cheetahs, and leopards. One of Kenya's most popular tourist destinations is Amboseli National Reserve, which is crowned by Mount Kilimanjaro, Africa's highest mountain. One of the best spots in Africa to see big herds of elephants up close is the reserve. Big cats like lions and cheetahs, as well as giraffes, impalas, elephants, waterbucks, gazelles, and more than 600 different species of birds, are other animals that are frequently seen in the park. Tsavo, the biggest park in Kenya, is divided into Tsavo West and Tsavo East. Together, these parks cover 4% of the nation's total land area and are home to a remarkable variety of species, as well as rivers, waterfalls, savanna, volcanic hills, and a sizable lava rock plateau. Tsavo East, located halfway between Nairobi and Mombasa, is renowned for its photogenic vistas of enormous elephant herds rolling and soaking in red dust. A lush contrast to the dry plains and providing superb wildlife viewing is the palm-fringed Galana River, which winds through the park. The Yata Plateau, the longest lava flow in the world, Mudanda Rock, and Lugard Falls, which pour into rapids and crocodile-filled pools, are some of the area's other highlights. The northernmost parts of the park feature some of the most breathtaking landscapes, and Tsavo West is wetter and topographically more diversified. Highlights include Chimu Crater, a fantastic place to watch raptors, Ngulia Rhino Sanctuary, and Mzima Springs, a collection of natural springs with sizable populations of hippos and crocodiles. Other than Lake Nakuru National Park, Lamu Island, Kenya's oldest living habitat, Lake Naivasha, a heaven for bird lovers, and Malindi, famous for its white sandy beaches and coral reefs, Kenya has a lot more to offer. In fifth place is Mexico. From pre-Columbian ruins and historic colonial towns to white, powdery beaches and huge canyons, this country offers visitors a wide range of things to do. For ideas on the best places to visit, check out our list of the top tourist attractions in Mexico. Some of the beautiful places in Mexico are: in the Mexico Valley, a new civilization emerged in the 2nd century BC. The thriving metropolis of Teotihuacan and its enormous pyramids were constructed by this civilization. The greatest pyramid in Teotihuacan and all of Mexico, the Pyramid of the Sun, was constructed around 100 AD. The largest Maya city on the Yucatan Peninsula is Chichen Itza, which is also one of the most popular tourist destinations in Mexico. The Temple Pyramid of El Castillo is the most well-known structure at Chichen Itza. The temple's architecture has unique astrological significance. The 91 steps on each of the pyramid's faces, along with the shared step at the summit, total up to 365, or the number of days in a year. The Great Ball Court and El Caracol, a circular temple that served as an observatory for the stars, are two other features of Chichen Itza. On the Yucatan Peninsula's eastern shore, Tulum is located. Around 1200 AD, the Mayan civilization created Tulum. This is a wonderful top attraction that should not be missed because of the tropical beach setting. Other beautiful places in Mexico are the Copper Canyon, a network of canyons that together are several times larger than the Grand Canyon, the world-famous archaeological site of Palenque, the National Marine Park of Cozumel with its beautiful coral reefs and amazing variety of tropical fish. The city of Oaxaca is well known for having one of the best Dia de los Muertos festivals in Mexico. The Catedral Metropolitana in Mexico City, the country's largest underwater cave system, Cenote dos Ojos. Lot more historical and natural wonders waiting to astonish you with their beauty. Tanzania, an East African country known for its vast wilderness areas, is in the 4th position on the list of the world's most beautiful countries. Some of the top beautiful spots in Tanzania are: Africa's tallest mountain, Mount Kilimanjaro, is also Tanzania's most recognizable landmark. The mountain rises from farmlands at its base to a rainforest, an alpine meadow, and finally a lunar environment at its highest points. Elephants, elands, buffaloes, leopards, monkeys, and leopards live on the slopes of the jungle. Bird watchers will find a wide variety of raptors in the alpine region. Millions of animals live in or pass through the famous Serengeti National Park, a wide plain devoid of trees, in quest of new meadows. Although the yearly wildebeest migration is what makes the Serengeti renowned, you may also observe the Big Five and close to 500 different bird species there. The Tanzanian island of Zanzibar, also known as Unguja, is a popular vacation spot and is renowned for its stunning beaches. In the center of Zanzibar sits the historic city of Stone Town, which is renowned for its old Arabian mansions, little passageways, and bustling port. One of Tanzania's most popular destinations for wildlife viewing is the Ngorongoro Conservation Area, which is sandwiched between the Serengeti and Lake Manyara and contains the famous volcanic Ngorongoro crater. Numerous creatures are attracted to this massive volcanic crater because it always has water available, preventing them from traveling. Other places worth mentioning in Tanzania are: the important archaeological site of Oldaway Gorge has revealed ancient skull and bone fragments that have delivered critical information about early mankind. The spectacular Lake Manyara National Park is famous for thousands of flamingos at certain times of year, as well as other diverse bird life. Mafia Island, which draws divers and snorkelers from around the world to the underwater world. Tarangire National Park has one of the highest concentrations of migratory wildlife. Wildebeest, zebra, buffalo, impala, gazelle, hartebeest, and elands crowd the lagoons. The park is also known for its large population of elephants and baobab trees. Similarly, Pemba Island, Stone Town, and a lot more are worth visiting in Tanzania. Our next destination on the list is Colombia, a land of contrasts where you'll encounter snow-capped Andean peaks, tropical Amazonian jungles, turquoise Caribbean coasts, and 2 sun-kissed deserts. The places worth mentioning in Colombia are: one of the best preserved colonial sites in the Americas is Cartagena, the jewel of Colombia's Caribbean coast. It could seem as though you've traveled back in time when you take a stroll through the old walled city. Each cafetero, or coffee axis, is home to a growing number of coffee plantations that have opened up their operations to the public in recent years for tours, tastings, and lavish farm stays. Leticia is an excellent starting point for eco-tours, safaris into the wild, or excursions into the Amazon to discover more about the indigenous communities that live in this region. The only way to get here is by a plane from Bogotá, and then you can travel further by boat either upriver to Iquitos, Peru, or downstream to Manaus, Brazil. The largest city in the country is Bogotá, where some people gripe about the congested streets and occasionally gloomy weather, while others fall head over heels for the city's distinctive blend of colonial elegance and modern sophistication. The 4-day, 44-kilometer climb to Ciudad Perdida, a lost city buried deep in the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta Mountains that was only unearthed in the 1970s, is unquestionably the most well-known trip in Colombia. One of the greatest pre-Columbian settlements found in the Americas, this ancient metropolis was built and inhabited by Tairona Indians between the 8th and 14th centuries. Other worth-seeing places in Colombia are Providencia Island, La Guajira Peninsula, and Chao Cristales. Second spot, and one of my favorites, is New Zealand. New Zealand was created by nature with the fantastical beauty of a set. Few places have so many incredible natural beauties crammed into such a short space. Some of the gems include snow-capped peaks, beautiful coves, coastal glaciers, rainforests, fjords, and rivers teeming with fish. New Zealand offers a lot to visitors, but a few worth mentioning are: Fiordland National Park, a World Heritage Site, preserves some of the nation's most breathtaking beauty. This stunning landscape was sculpted by glaciers, which also created the well-known fjords of Milford, Dusky, and Doubtful Sounds. Explore gushing cascades, offshore islands, unspoiled rainforests, enormous lakes, and jagged mountain summits here. The stunning Bay of Islands, located 3 hours north of Auckland, is one of New Zealand's most popular vacation spots. The sparkling harbour is dotted with more than 144 islands, making it a sanctuary for sailing and yachting. These hospitable waters are home to penguins, dolphins, whales, and marlin, and the area is a well-liked location for sport fishing. The adventure capital of New Zealand and one of the top tourist attractions in the nation, Queenstown is nestled between the shores of the sparkling Lake Wakatipu and the snow-capped peaks of the Remarkables. There are many adrenaline-pumping activities available here, like bungee jumping, jet boating, whitewater rafting, paragliding, rock climbing, mountain biking, and downhill skiing. There is also a great network of hiking trails that allow visitors to explore the breathtaking alpine scenery. Tongariro National Park is located in the middle of the North Island, a short distance from Lake Taupo, the largest lake in New Zealand. Tongariro, one of the world's first national parks, is a place of spectacular beauty with looming volcanoes, turquoise lakes, dry plateaus, alpine meadows, and hot springs. Rotorua is one of the most active geothermal areas in the world, located on the turbulent Pacific Ring of Fire. The Earth communicates in this place. Steaming thermal springs, hissing geysers, boiling mud pools, and volcanic craters reveal the forces that created most of New Zealand's extraordinary geography. Franz Josef and Fox glaciers, two of the world's easiest-to-reach glaciers, are the principal tourist destinations in the breathtaking Westland Tai Poutini National Park. Both of these ice rivers flow from some of the Southern Alps' highest peaks to a point close to the sea, where the mild coastal environment makes it simple for tourists to explore them on foot. Other worth-seeing locations are Abel Tasman National Park and the Abel Tasman Coast Track, Aoraki or Mount Cook National Park, Napier, Hawke's Bay, Auckland, Coromandel Peninsula, and Kaikoura in the South Island. The Republic of Indonesia, a country in Southeast Asia and Oceania between the Indian and Pacific Oceans, consisting of over 17,000 islands, is at the top of our list of the world's most beautiful countries. Bali is the world's top destination for beach lovers and water sports enthusiasts. Bali doesn't let visitors down when it comes to their expectations of a warm beach and a clear sea. The most well-known beach, Kuta, is excellent for people who prefer to mix socializing, surfing, and the sun. The ancient temple of Borobudur is one of Indonesia's most well-known and culturally significant attractions. A traditional Buddhist mandala inspired the construction of Borobudur, which was completed in the 8th century. One of the top UNESCO World Heritage Sites, it is regarded as one of the most important Buddhist sites in the entire world. Without seeing some orangutans, a vacation to Indonesia wouldn't be complete, and Borneo is a fantastic location to see these lovely and vulnerable animals. One of the world's largest orangutan populations can be found in Tanjung Puting National Park in Kalimantan, the portion of Borneo that belongs to Indonesia, along with other primates, birds, and reptiles. In Lombok, which has grown in popularity among travelers and backpackers over the years, the Gili Islands are a top attraction. The beaches on these lovely islands rival Bali's in terms of beauty, and there are also options for diving and even snorkeling at a turtle sanctuary. Komodo National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, includes the surrounding marine ecosystems as well as 3 major islands and a handful of smaller ones. Some of the world's richest and most diversified marine life can be found in the waters off these islands. Despite the fact that visitors to the park can also go hiking, snorkeling, canoeing, or visiting little towns on the islands, the Komodo dragons are always the main attraction. Pink Beach on Komodo Island is an additional feature. The Sacred Monkey Forest Sanctuary, a peaceful location where you can sense the majesty of the island's past, is located near Ubud, the island of Bali's cultural center. There are a lot of long-tailed macaques, a type of monkey that is widespread throughout Southeast Asia. 3 Hindu temples in Bali, built in 1350, are also located within the sanctuary. Other places worth mentioning are: Mount Bromo is in Bromo Tengger Semeru National Park. Tanah Toraja in South Sulawesi Province, Borneo, is home to orangutans, exotic birds, Sumatran rhinos, pygmy elephants, and an array of other creatures. Lake Toba is both a body of water and a supervolcano. Raja Ampat, a fairly large land of lush, cone-shaped islands set against blue and turquoise waters, and many more. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to watch more informative videos like this.